Okay, Matt, we have our next guest today is Matt Luther, I'm sorry, Matt Falls. I'm going to start that all over. Totally butchered. Thanks for joining us. I'm Jessica with Your Better Business Bureau, and we have another 2023 Torch Award for Business Ethics guest for you today. I have Matt Falls, one of the owners of Luther Falls Company in Central Illinois, and we're going to talk to him about his business. He is the third generation owner of this business, and I love those stories. So hearing about how the company started and how they view their ownership and leadership in terms of ethics and integrity. So thanks for joining me, Matt.
Absolutely.
So your company has been in business for many, many years. Is it 70 years? Do I have that right?
I think we're coming up on 70. We're at 69 right now, being established in 1954. But I did want to touch up on a few things. So Luther is actually my father, and he's the current owner of the business. And I am actually going to be fourth generation.
Fourth generation. Fantastic. That's even better. Even better. How did the company start all those years ago?
I'm sorry, say that one more time.
How did the company start all those years ago?
With my great grandfather, he was a bricklayer out there, and they started making countertops with it, and it just turned out.
I love it. What are all the things that you guys offer today?
We go ahead, we do anything when it comes to kitchen countertops, cabinets, bathroom remodels. We do anything with shower walls and everything. We'll do just about anything that you want out there.
Wonderful. So your training coming in as fourth generation owner of the company, but let's talk about some of the values that your dad is using to run the company with. How would you describe his leadership?
I would describe his leadership with a lot of hard work and dedication. When you think it's in a bad spot, you just got to keep positive and push through. And he's very, very, very good at that. And I admire him for all the sacrifices he's made for the business, and he keeps it alive.
Did you have the opportunity to see your great grandfather running the company?
Unfortunately, I don't have any memory of him myself.
Okay. All right.
But
What about your grandfather?
yes, I do know my grandfather. Unfortunately he did pass away a few years back, but I do have some memories with him.
What memories do you have of him leading the company?
I actually didn't have any memories of him working specifically in the company, as I just started working there probably about 3.5 to 4 years ago. So he had already passed by the time I had stepped up and taken up with Luke.
Has your dad said any or shared any stories about, what it was like growing up through the company, or maybe family dinners or anything where you're talking about how I imagine that there would be stories of the company growth or any challenges that, nearly 70 years, that's a lot of storms to weather.
There are a lot of storms, and there's plenty of different jobs that they've done over the years to where I've heard how things have went, but a lot of it I don't have specifics because I wasn't there, and I don't have the inside information.
Yeah, no, that's cool. I mean, what would you describe the culture of the company today?
If you really look into it as to where just generalization of a small business, just a family business, everybody in the business is all family, whether they're related or not. It's a wonderful place to be.
Wonderful. Why do you think that is?
I think it's the values that Luther himself puts into the business. He goes ahead, he views everybody as family. Like I said, whether they're related or not, he likes to look out for the people that are working for him. They've put in a lot of their own lives and hard work and effort into the business that he's been trying so hard to keep alive.
Yeah, on the application for the Torch Awards, the company describes themselves as really understanding and empowering the employees in such a way that fosters the growth and really building that team environment. How do you guys achieve that?
We go ahead, we take input from every angle. So even if it's somebody that's just hopped on the team and they not necessarily seasoned, any idea is a good idea. We love to hear it from all different angles and have
Mhm.
multiple eyes looking at the problem all at once.
What kind of growth opportunities does the company offer? I mean, you guys bring in somebody new and maybe they don't have, maybe they have a potential for a skill set. How do you guys foster those, growth opportunities?
Yeah, absolutely. So we have our head foreman, Bob Tarter. He's been working with us for about 35 years or more, and he's basically a master of all trades. So he goes ahead and he helps out the new employees with certain things to see where they're best shining at, you know.
Yeah, I think that's a huge part of it, especially in your industry where, designs change and, you might get those custom requests where, there's not really a textbook way of doing things, but, having someone with that level of experience to be your mentor is an
Absolutely.
invaluable resource.
Yeah, no doubt about that. He is very valued by our company, and we love him like our own.
Yeah, very cool. Um, let's talk about how you guys build customer relationships. I mean, with so many different offerings that Luther Falls Kitchen and Baths offers, surely you get such an opportunity to build a relationship with your customer, and obviously there's some secret sauce with that 70-year approaching longevity. So, what is your company's approach to building customer relationships?
Communication is key. So whenever somebody comes on into the showroom there to take a look at some samples, I'm the one that they see. I go out there, I sell all the countertops with them, and I'll go ahead. You always greet them with a smile, and we show them around. And I guess we just have some exceptional service. That wonderful to hear that feedback.
How has transparency been a core value for the company with regard to your customers?
Absolutely. So, like a lot of times, we'll have an issue with our distributors to where slabs don't come in on time, and we have to shoot the customer a call. We have to just tell them exactly what happened, so that way we can stay on the same page and get everything scheduled and get through the storm.
Yeah, that is really such a key. You mentioned communication and then that coupled with the transparency. I mean, I think that's all people really expect is to know exactly what's going on and to be updated as soon as possible about what's going on with their project. Such a differentiator for sure in the home improvement industry where people are spending lots and lots of money on their home, which is their most valuable and most important asset. They
Yep,
certainly just want that communication and to know clearly what's going on with the job. So that's huge for sure.
absolutely.
Um, what kinds of things do you offer your employees? In terms of why is it great to work there? I mean, you mentioned your foreman, who's a master of all trades and being such a huge resource. But what other aspects of Luther Falls makes it a great place to work?
Ah, so we've got the family aspect, and then when it's a very nice place to work. You go ahead, you come in, get your work done. You're not going to be pressured too much, but for sure you'll be watched over to make sure you're doing it right.
Right. Yeah, of course. That excellence, expectation.
Yeah, and I don't have too much of insight onto how they do too much out in the shop like that because I am just the office manager. So I do sit up in the office most of the time. So all that fabrication and how a lot of that stuff works, the ins and outs, I'm actually unaware.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I understand that. Takes both sides to make the company go around. Do
Absolutely.
you guys offer any unique benefits or employee
Um,
satisfaction programs or anything like that?
at the moment, I do not believe that we have any programs set up, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, well, everyone working towards the common goal is certainly the success factor for every company and feeling valued along the way is important for sure. And that's, I think, how you guys achieve that 70-year, is such a cool thing, and we have some businesses like yours in Central Illinois that have really stood the test of time And so we're talking about, legacy this year with the Torch Awards, and because there's something unique about that, right? There's something unique about a company that has been able to stay in business here for that long. So what do you envision, Matt? What would you say the legacy of the company is right now? If people were to say something about Luther Falls, what do you think they say? And then what do you envision the legacy being in the next 70 years?
Uh, I could sum it up with a little saying. You could go about it: quality craftsmanship for years to come.
Yeah, absolutely. That longevity of the quality is for sure a wonderful legacy
Absolutely.
to leave behind and to build towards in the future. So that's wonderful. Quality craftsmanship to stand the test of time. That's awesome. Very cool. Very cool. And then the last part of the interview that we like to ask businesses like yours is about how your company gives back to the community. What is important to Luther Falls in your area?
Yeah, absolutely. So Luther himself, he actually goes ahead after work on some days, well, most days. He goes over to that Vineyard Church in Urbana, and he'll go ahead and he'll stand out there and hand out food and all the grocery bags for people out there.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's awesome. When did that start?
Oh, he's been doing that for as long as they've been doing it.
Okay. And then do you guys do anything as a team or as a company?
We like to donate 1% of all profits to different organizations. I'm unaware as to which organizations they are, but I do know that is something that they go ahead and they do.
Yeah, that's awesome. Probably different ones throughout the community for sure. That's awesome. Very cool. 1% of all profits being donated to local communities, and then the owner himself volunteering regularly. So that's wonderful. Are employees encouraged to volunteer as well?
It's always encouraged. Whether or not they go ahead and act on that is unknown to me.
Sure. Very cool. And then you guys are a BBB accredited business. How have those values really supported Luther Falls so far?
Values on what exactly? I'm sorry.
Values of BBB accreditation. So leading your company with trust and integrity and honesty and transparency.
Oh, absolutely. That just along what I was saying earlier, to where we go ahead and we like to be transparent with everybody, including customers and including employees as well. We like to keep them up to date and on the same page so that if a customer happens to grab them by the sleeve real quick, they know what's going on and they can help out from all different angles.
Yeah, for sure. That's absolutely. I think it goes a long way with building trust in each and every communication, with your customer, and then building trust with your employees at the same time, knowing that that's just how the company runs. They can feel more comfortable with what they're doing and feel confident as well. So thank you so much for joining me today. Everyone, we will be celebrating businesses like Luther Falls at our event in Champaign coming up in just a few weeks. Now, December 13th, we will be celebrating at Papa Del's, which I understand has world famous pizza, and we are really excited to try it. You can also join us in Peoria on the 14th of December at the Warehouse, where we've got some different meal choices for you to select from. And we are so excited to be celebrating legacy of trust here in Central Illinois this year, and talking to businesses like Matt and his dad Luther of Luther Falls, and so many other companies that have been nominated for this award. It's such a feel good event, and we've got great food and great people. So it's a win-win. Please check out our events page to get your tickets. We will be seeing you very soon. Thanks for watching.
All right.
Let's see here.